keep making vlogs, but keep hating them, so maybe this one will work out. My shade flowers are growing nicely. I think these are trees that I don't want popping up. Some of them might be flowers though, and I just killed them. I have trilliums. I don't know if you can see them. There's a couple over here that are actually blooming. Man, it's full of garbage. Where is it? That looks like a grape, actually. Where's the trillium? Over here. Not stepping on any of them. It's blooming. Okay, there's another one over here somewhere. I just don't remember where. I almost stepped on it last time. And then I also have the woodland poppy over here. Maybe it just finished blooming. It had those nice yellow flowers. And then it looks like it's round 2 for the daffodils. And maybe the snowdrops finished. Maybe there's still a couple. Nope, those are daffodils. Those are the snowdrops. Maybe over there. And I did the mowing last weekend. It took all my energy, but it's done. Roses are looking fantastic this year. Apples just finished blooming. We had a frost a couple weeks ago after 90 degrees, so most of the pomegranate leaves got taken out. There's some more starting at the bottom, but it's gonna freeze Monday night again, of course. So I had that tree wrapped up like I don't know, big gray blob. And what I learned from everything that I covered is that it needs to be in contact with the ground, like a parasol in contact with the ground for the ground heat to keep everything warm. Here's one of my lemon balms. It came back this year. Rogue catnip, I think. Sorry about the planes. Can't do anything about them. Strawberries are in full bloom. I have some fruits forming. Maybe I need to cover these because of the freeze Monday night. I have some grapes starting here too. At least I think they're grape and not porcelain berry. The mints are full form. More grapes. Rhubarb, I'm gonna pick all of it before it freezes because I want to chop out the blooms anyway. Pear finished blooming. I went through with round 1 of spraying the clay spray. I think it's called Surround. Oh no, fruit buds are... Well, there's fruit buds and it's gonna rain tonight, so maybe I'll spray on Monday. Hopefully they don't freeze. What a disaster. Maybe I get no fruit again this year. The fig leaves are budding out. I really hope it doesn't freeze. This is terrible. Peaches had finished blooming a while ago. I want to say 3 weeks ago. I don't know if last time we looked at the grafting that I did. It looks like the one that doesn't have clay on it might have broken through the wax tape. I don't know. The bag is on one that's kind of conspicuously sticking out so that it wouldn't get toasted in the sunshine. But then I ended up spraying the clay spray on everything, so that would have been fine, I guess. This is that yellow blooming clover that I get everywhere now, which is nice. The new gauge plum, in fact, is alive. What else? From North Spore a year ago, I got wine cap spores and they did nothing. And then all of a sudden one day I noticed there were mushrooms all over the place. So I emailed them asking if this was theirs because it doesn't look like the pictures online and I don't want to poison myself. and I haven't gotten an email back yet, so hopefully soon. So I'll probably put more mulch down and then, you know, try to eat it next year probably. It doesn't look like I mowed at all. Where is it? I've been putting Jack in the pulpits around the yard the whole entire time that I've been here, and I finally have one come up and look nice. I'm so excited. So the pawpaws over here have nice leaves. Hopefully they don't get frozen. This guy grafted one of the peach branches too, and this completely finished blooming weeks ago. I don't know if the cherry bloomed. This apple must have just finished. It was also blooming really nicely with the one in the front yard. I put netting around this fox grape because last year I think it got eaten, and actually I think it's over here, either over there. And squirrels. I hate squirrels. They're the worst. Over there is where I'm gonna move this pile of grapes. I think it might be 2 plants that's come up. I just moved all the wild grapes onto the trellising. And then when we had that frost a couple weeks ago, it took out all of the kiwis. So it froze and melted the kiwi leaves over here, which are now going to freeze Monday night again. It's such a disaster. And then I want to say these are phlox, but I don't think they're phlox because I think phlox is supposed to have 4 petals. What else? All the littler trees back there, the housing development planted trees on the sewer line. It's not good. This pear also, well, I guess it still has a couple blooms open. I thought it completely finished blooming. And I mowed over this, but then it immediately sprang back and doesn't even look like I did any mowing. I'm gonna move this Cornelian cherry because it's like basically right on top of the sewer line. The line's right here and the cherry's like maybe a foot away, and then when it grows up it'd be hitting my trellis there, so I don't know if I want to move it there. But I just got an Afghansky pomegranate. I got another one because the one in the front has never made me fruit. So I don't know if I'm gonna move the Cornell. Well, one of either the pomegranate or the Cornell cherry is going somewhere else here. Man, the flies are out in the farm today. What else? What else did we want to look at? So these radishes, the daikon, are just going straight to bloom. That kiwi's gonna get hit again Monday night. Man, I really hope it doesn't actually hit freezing. This is the worst. This kiwi too, right? The strawberries I planted over the winter are doing well. Right there. Skirret is doing well. It was so hot that I planted beans here, and I have sunflowers everywhere. So I don't think that's a bean there, but there's beans planted there. The gooseberries and currants are doing well. More strawberries that I planted over the winter time. I'm gonna have to, last time I covered this and I'm gonna have to cover it again with a big fleece blanket. It's the muscadine grapes and my onions, and I also put strawberry in there because there's strawberries everywhere. The tomatoes all came up. I got a bunch of these things over the winter time that I'm gonna fill up and put around all of the plants tomorrow night, Sunday night, because it's gonna be kind of chilly on Monday, and then Monday night it's gonna be freezing. So all of them are gonna get one of those, and sunflowers. Hopefully I have enough. I planted beans here. You can see the beans that I planted here because this dirt is warmer, that they're actually coming up. And then those are parsnips, and then these are carrots, and I finally weeded this bed. And then here's more favas. I moved, where is it? This honeyberry from elsewhere in the garden where I was weeding, and it doesn't look like it survived. Maybe it's just working on its roots. And then I also planted 2 zucchini seeds over here because family's visiting and they said they wanted to eat some zucchini. I have sunflowers that the birds helped spread for me last year. Man, this is gonna be such a disaster if it actually freezes. So much is gonna get taken out. So I did some more weeding over here. It still looks bad, but it looks better. The flies are terrible today. There's a little bit of peas in there, not a lot of it sprouted. A little bit more peas. A little bit more peas, and I also put cucumbers in here because it was so hot. I figured I would sprout them now before the cutworms are out so that they have a chance of surviving and then protect them from the frosts. It's either the frost or the cutworms, right? So I picked the frost, I guess. And then more favas, and then favas in the back, and more favas, and then just piles of weeds still. So I took out a bunch of the big clumps of grass over here. I left at least one for the cats because they like eating it. And then because my beds are falling apart so badly, like they're all cracked and the dirt is spilling out of them, that I got more metal beds like those, but because the corners are rounded, it's going to be interesting to replace because I'm going to lose everything that's in the corners, but luckily a lot doesn't seem to want to grow in the corners of these, so it might actually be okay. And this is like a spring and fall ephemeral, the mache or however you pronounce it, so that's fine that it's growing there because it'll be gone by the time that I want to plant everything else. Yeah, so nothing really grows in the corners, so it might actually be okay. I think that might be what got delivered this morning. And then I got some bean towers too. Like it's basically like 2 bike wheels on either end of a metal pole that I want to install, but I can't install them yet because then I can't put the cold protection plastic orange things around all the plants if they're over here. Well, we'll see when I actually do. Anyway, biting insects are terrible. It's the little tiny flies, so I'm going back inside. And that might be it. And hopefully I actually post this one because I made a bunch of vlogs, but then I didn't like them, so I never posted them.